What's up, Dream Drop Version Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Tag teams, let's go and talk about them. So that a lot of them came out, 32 different variants to be exact, and they came in all different kinds of arts. Came in standard, full arts, rainbow rares, or hyper rares, and then of course alternate arts, the most coveted and wanted of them all. I have been trying to collect them all for a good little bit, and finally, thanks to Hidden Hobby on Instagram, I have a nice little stack of all 32 Japanese alternate arts. We're going to go through them. We're going to rank them. We're just going to discuss them. I don't care about values. I don't care about any of the stuff that you like. I don't care about the art that you're talking about. I don't care. I'm just going to rank them how I want to do it. Feel free to come along if you want. There's 32 in total to get through, and we will go. You want to help too? You want to help, little friend? All right, let's get Crackalackin. Number 32. Let's go. We got Muck and Alolan Muck GX, the worst one of them all. Disclaimer: I don't hate any of these cards. I actually like all these alternate arts a good little bit, and I see why people like them. This one, I made a deck around it. I like Muck and Alolan Muck. They're cool guys. They're cool. Look at them coming out of the actual sewer right there. Be ready to be a menace to society. What I don't like is this stupid fucking text blocking Muck's face. What do you got against Kanto and Muck? You not like that stuff? Look, it's basically covering half his stuff. Like, I can't even appreciate half the art right there. Why even do that? Why put the text right there? I don't know. It's a little nitpicky, but it is one of my personal pet peeves. I do not like when text is covering like key features of like the Pokemon or like characters or something like that. I don't like it. Number 31, we got Lucario and Melmetal. This is a good card. I like both Pokemon. I don't like this stance. I don't really like this do nothing thing they're doing. They're both like preparing to fight, I suppose. I think their actual regular art might be a little bit better than this one. This one's nice and textured and it's valuable as such. And Full Metal Wall is a great set. Just what are they doing? What's going on here? What's actually going? That is nice texture though. I'll give it that. That is some great texture. But look at that pose. I don't know. Just leaves a lot to be desired. Number 30, we got Giratina Garchomp. One of my favorite ones personally, but like once again, I hate this fucking text right here. I hate that it's blocking a little bit of stuff. It's not quite as bad as Muck and Alolan Muck, because like Garchomp right there, you can at least see that he's still attempting to like order some food from the Giratina drive-thru. Giratina's just going like, hey, welcome to Good Burger, can I take your order? And Garchomp's ready to order. You can still see it. It's just goofy. I don't know. This one's from GG End, I believe. This is a great set. It's one that a lot of people kind of forget happened. And this particular promo came from a GX 10 in English, as well as the Lucario Melmetal. Super good card. Super good. Number 29, we got Braixen and Charizard GX. I like Braixen a good little bit more than Charizard. I can't get over how goofy Charizard looks in the background. Look at that. He's got his tongue hanging out like Gene Simmons trying to do some foot fetish action. You got this card in English in like a Powers GX box or something like that. And this card came in Remix Bout in Japanese. It's just... even Braixen can't really save this card. And I mean, Charizard automatically loses points for me. Not my favorite anyway. But like, it's a goofy looking fool in the background. Nice texture though. It's going to be a common theme with all these alternate art cards for sure. Number 28, we got Trevenant and Duskanoir. So this is going to be some CG art. I think this is the only tag team alternate art that is of CG art stature. I believe. I think this is the only one. But this one, it's the same thing as before. There's just not really a whole lot happening. Yeah, and they're in the fucking woods just doing some rituals. Yeah, who cares? That's cool, I guess. But, like, it's got nice texture. This is from Tag Team All-Stars. I don't think this one came out in English. I'm pretty sure it didn't, because Tag Team All-Stars is kind of a weird set that they brought, like, some cards, but not others. It's okay, just very much a lackluster, like, look at them coming at you, like, whoa. Number 27, we got Snivy and Venusaur in their Clado form right here. So I do like this card. This also came from Remix Bout. I think in English you also got this in a weird promo tag team box or something like that. Great card. Once again, not really a whole lot going on with the actual setting itself. Yeah, they're toys. That's kind of sick, I suppose. But like at the same time, they're not really doing anything. They just kind of exist as toys. And I just think some of the alternate arts get better. Once again, I don't hate any of these, and I think they're all great cards. Just, you know, a hierarchy of, you know, where some people are and where some tag teams are. You know, some are going to rise to the top, obviously. I just don't think this one did it. 26, we got ourselves Alolan Executor and Rowlet. So this card, I like it. I appreciate the perspective of how big Alolan Executor is. The only problem is for this card, a lot of people had a big complaint where they're like, well, where's Rowlet? Well, where's Rowlet? I don't see it. Oh, he's right there, by the way. He's right there. He's just a little B9 tumor on his neck right there, just kind of hanging out. I will say that the little sunray effects right there, the actual texturing, is super nice. I like this card. I don't personally dislike this card, but I think a lot of people just don't really appreciate the old Rowlet part of this stuff right here. And I will admit, compared to some other stuff and the actual perspective of it, it's not that fantastic, you know. 25, we got Slowpoke and Psyduck GX. Great card. I do like this tag team. I like the goofballs hanging out together. I do appreciate the old fishing, like, hey, bro, stick your tail in there, see what you catch. And then, you know, of course, it's how Slowpoke evolves. But, I mean, it's just, the art style itself isn't really great to me. I don't appreciate, like, how it looks in my personal opinion. I think some of the other alternates, like, the styles for it are a little bit better. It's good. I don't hate it. It's just, there's definitely other ones that are better. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the actual art style itself, personally. Number 24, we got Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff. This is from Altered Genesis. This is a pretty sick card. I do like how it goes. Like, the Mega Evolution, I'm just not really a big fan of Mega Lopunny, really, in the first place. The texturing on this one is top-notch. It's awesome. Jigglypuff is also featured there, and it's quite an adorable, cute little card. I don't know. Just, it's not really one that's ever really stuck out personally. In fact, I forget this one exists sometimes because I'm like, oh yeah, they got a card too. And it's not to fault the card per se. I mean, it's not at the bottom of the list, of course. I don't know. Just, it's one of those ones that you kind of forget is in the sets. And I don't know. I just don't know why. That's not to say it's bad, because I forget. 23, we got ourselves Naganadel and Guzzlord. I do like this art style a lot. I do like this cell-shaded comic book hanging out in the smoke, doing some sick vape rips, doing all the sick nasties. I appreciate the heck out of what they're doing here with that. Just at the same time, it's the same, they're not really doing anything. There's definitely a lot more eventful and a lot like better, more iconic stances that some of these ones take. It's sick though. I do like this card. Altered Genesis, I believe, for this one as well. It's nice. It's got some nice texturing. I do like the art style a hell of a lot more than I like some of the other ones. It's solid. If only they were doing something a little cooler. 22, we got ourselves Reshiram and Charizard from one of the better sets released in the Tag Team era, Double Blaze. Charizard can't really carry sets anymore, let alone cards. Like, Charizard's just an old man that needs to retire, in my personal opinion. And this was probably the hype of Charizard, in my personal opinion. But mostly, Reshiram right there is doing the majority of the heavy lifting. This card is sick, though. I like the little bombs that are going on the side, like from Final Fantasy. Charizard does look good right here. I will not disperse that. That's just not something that's capable of being argued. It's just, I'm just not a big Charizard guy. It's a fantastic card. I'm glad I have it, because, Jesus Christ, Tag Team Alternate Arts and everyone their fucking mom wants them now, just... You know, there's better cards in my personal opinion. This one's solid, though. Texture's nice. 21, we got ourselves Marshadow and Machamp. The anime style opening right there. Homie sticking out. This is a really good tag team pair, by the way. I do like how they put Marshadow and Machamp together. That is one thing, regardless of any of them, I will say, that it is genuinely, like, they put some good Pokemon together. You Irby drew this, one of my favorite artists, of course. It's just the pose compared to some of the other ones is not good. I pulled this one by hand, so it has a really special place in my heart for that stuff. And once again, from one of the better sets of the Tag Team era, Double Blaze, just they get a little better. They really do. Just it's still a great card. Any of these cards, if you have any of these alternate arts, they're fantastic. 20, we got ourselves Gengar and Mimikyu. So look, this probably has the best texturing in the entire Tag Team alternate art era. Old Osmosis Jones cell wall back there. Why you gotta hit me so hard? Look at that. That's some good ass texture. That's some bomb ass texture. It's awesome. I do like the Tim Burton style. These two Pokemon together is iconic as hell. Just it's kind of the same thing once again. There's not really a whole lot going on with their pose together. It's just they're taking like a family portrait or something like that. Taking a nice little haunted photo, like, you know, you move it and it like moves and changes and follows you. They get like scary or something. It kind of looks like that. It's a fantastic card. I cannot disperse that. It's not going to be something I'm going to argue. It's just, in my personal opinion, they do get a little better as they go. I'm saying that a lot, but that's it's. Someone's going to be in the comments. Someone's going to be like, I can't believe you put that card. So, dude, I think some of these cards are better than others, okay? 19, we got Espeon and Deoxys. This is from Tag Team All-Stars, by the way. This is one of those ones that we got as a promo in English. This is one of the ones that a lot of people are either like, they're real big fans of it, or they kind of just don't like the thing about it. And I think it has a lot to do with the actual perspective itself. Deoxys looks pretty cool. Espeon being down there, it's a great card. It's definitely like it deserves to be at the top bottom half of the stuff, like number 19. It's just, there's definitely like cards that, in my personal opinion, have a little bit more personality to them. I do like this, actually, and I do think Deoxys coming out of that, it's a good It's a good portrait of what's going on. The texture for it, it's got those sun rays right there at the bottom, the old Jesus rays coming up, look like he's levitating. It's good. The texturing for these cards is top notch, no matter where you put any of these. Number 18, we got Mega Sableye and Tyranitar. This is the second Mega that was put in the set right here. It's kind of hard to tell because Sableye and Mega Sableye look kind of the same, just the big gem kind of gives it away. I appreciate the actual scenery right here. I appreciate him cheering him on. You know, yeah, you found all your gems, all you can eat buffet, bro. Do all that stuff. You went to K Jewelers and you're just having a nice little pig out session. It's nice. This is a fantastic card. I like this one a hell of a lot. And any of the ones in the second half, this was a tough choice for me to pick where they were. This is number 18. It's great. Done by Chibi, another one of my favorite artists. Number 17, we got Blastoise and Piplup. This one gets a lot of flack from a lot of people because of basically the things I said before, where like there's not really a whole lot going on, just a bubble. You got Piplup and Blastoise. I think this one does have a lot of personality in it personally. I think it does. I think it actually shows Blastoise, you know, looking after this little baby brother Piplup. Maybe if you have siblings, maybe it hits a little bit closer to your home than it does for other people. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a solid card. It's definitely not like one of the top heavy hitters or anything like that. There's definitely more like going on cards, but this is not a bad card, and I've always questioned why people put this one so low. 17 for me. 16, we got Greninja and Zoroark right there. Did the nice little sun rays right there too. I pulled this one as well, and it kind of has a special place in my heart once again. This is a nice card. Night Unison is a very underrated set. A lot of great cards came from that, and this is it's a great card. It is definitely one that shows their ninja and their dark arts personalities right there. Definitely very anime, definitely very portrait based, very close to actually being guilty of cutting off Greninja's face, but just barely misses it. It's you got lucky. You got real lucky. Number 16. 15, we got ourselves a Eevee and we got ourselves a Snorlax. Put them together, you got Eevee Snorlax GX. This was one of the tag teams that they actually announced when they were like kind of doing like the commercials for that stuff, and this is one of the ones a lot of people saw first. There's a cool little commercial, of course, with like Pikachu and Zekrom. This is by Komiya, and you can definitely tell by looking at it. This is fantastic. This one in particular was a Pokemon Center promo for buying Tag Bolt, I believe. You bought a couple boxes and you got this one. It's great. It's really, really good. I like Eevee and Snorlax just eating some little berries together, having a good little feast. Good stuff right there. The stamp kind of gets a little bit in the way of some of this stuff, but it gets a pass because you can still see the important stuff. 15. 14, we got ourselves Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. It's actually Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno GX, I think is how it reads on the card. This one is from Sky Legends. Sky Legends is a set that a lot of people also forget that existed because a lot of people saw this card from Hidden Fates whenever it was actually a promo in the Hidden Fates ETB. This card is great. This is one of those ones where it doesn't actually feature the Pokemon itself. It just has like the lore, kind of some historic stuff that you'd see about that. It's like a stained glass church window or something like that. It's a great card. Sky Legends is kind of another set that people forget about. And if this is someone's favorite tag team alternate art, which it's a lot of people's, I don't blame you. It's great. 13, we got ourselves Venusaur and Celebi. I prefer this one the most. This, in my personal opinion, is the best of the starter tag team ones right here of like the big three. In my personal opinion, of course, I like that. Celebi coming down like a guardian angel. The art is fantastic. This one is great. This was also available as a promo in a tag team 10 in English, and then this is a Tag Bolt card, I believe, in Japanese. Great card right here. This is about as good as it gets for like starter arts, in my personal opinion. Number 12, right here, we got Lunala and Solgaleo. This one right here. So technically, this one's not an alternate art. Dream League did something weird with their full arts, where they actually had nice little hand-drawn full art cards that had rainbow rare variants. So this actual alternate art, it's not an alternate art. It has a rainbow rare variant as well. This card, I mean, it gets the same alternate art treatment, so you might as well do that stuff. Great card. I think Sun and Moon is one of the most slept on generations and games, in my personal opinion. This is very relevant to the story. Lily's a fantastic and popular character. Lunala Solgaleo is legendary as like a Galat, and this art is just absolutely stunning. This is a great card, and honestly, for it being... It shouldn't have got the price that it got when people were going all huffy on the market and fucking trying to pump stuff. But it's a good card. It really is. 11. We got ourselves Umbreon and Darkrai. I'm not a big Umbreon fan, but I am a very good Darkrai fan. I do like that a good little bit. But Umbreon does fit very well here. I like the little strut that's going on. And Darkrai is a certified badass here. Like, actually just a monster of what's going on. This is a fantastic alternate art. This, once again, came from Tag Team All-Stars in Japanese, And then in English, it came in a box promo as well. They did that with a lot of the tag team alternate arts, which is good. Gave people a chance to grab them, and it didn't keep them from going stupid expensive like they are in Japanese because they were pulls and sets. They're fantastic, and this one's good. This is like it was hard not putting this one in top 10. But we are in top 10 territory, and this is where everyone's going to start getting their feelings hurt if they didn't get hurt before the Charizard wasn't in top 10. Yeah, I don't care. Number 10, we got Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Some people also don't like this card for some reason. I've seen that quite a bit. This one I think is great. It has a lot of personality to it. You got Alolan Raichu appearing to trying to drag Raichu into the ocean. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe he's tired of living in the shadow of Raichu. Not too sure. However, the beach is fantastic. This is a fantastic card right here. I can't get over the texturing. Can't get over the personality. And this is another one that came out in GG End as well. GG End is a great set. It really is. It's one of those ones that wasn't super forgiving. Sunray Hollows, once again, the actual texturing right there. They do that a lot in these cards. But woo, that's a card. Number 9, we got ourselves Igglybuff, Togepi, and Clefa right there. Heck, Clefa, Virginia's favorite, one of her things that she likes to do right here. This is one of her favorite cards of all time, and it's super easy to tell why. Fairy type being obsolete now, of course, unfortunately. One of the better types, and one of the ones that a lot of people like. The pink looked good. This is just a great card. I'm not really too sure where the babies are. They're in a dimension of, you know, Master Balls and berries or something like that. Maybe they're in like someone's backpack just hanging out in there. Not too sure, but it's adorable. It's a fantastic card. This one was also from Tag Team All-Stars. And then this came in the Small and Mighty collection in English. This is the... Sheesh. Look at this card. Sheesh. Number 8, we got Mew and Mewtwo. Mewtwo Mu GX, the alternate right here. I love the personality that's going on with this stuff right here. Mewtwo always stern, troubled by his past, doing a whole bunch of other stuff right there. And Mew just laughing, giggling around, making little pink bubbles, throwing balls back at Mewtwo. And this whole thing just encompasses it. But look at that texturing in the background, man. Look at that. This was from Miracle Twin. Miracle Twin is a set that was, it's great as well. This was also available as a promo in English, but it's fucking badass. I love this card. I love this card right here. Number 7, we got Pheromosa and Buzzwole, another card that always seems to catch stray bullets from fucking people that don't like Ultra Beast, but I don't really care. Kirasaki drew this one. This one is actually my favorite artist. Kirasaki draws a lot of great cards, and this one is fantastic. Like, this one shows off personalities of Pheromosa and Buzzwole great. Some of the Ultra Beasts that honestly, I know people don't like the Ultra Beasts, but I mean, these could be Pokemon anyway. Buzzwole just being a goofball in the back, flexing on all the haters and all that stuff, and Pheromosa just sick of his bullshit. It's great. This is a fantastic card. I've always liked this card. This is one of my first posts on Instagram. This one's great. This is a fantastic card. Deserves to be at number 7. And quite frankly, I think people are sleeping on this card. Right? It's great. Number 6. We got Arceus, Palkia, and Dialga. Hey, say what you will about what it did to the fucking meta. Oh, the TCG will never recover after this. I get it. I understand. The ability it had was absolutely ridiculous. Periodization, it was a nightmare for a second. But this is one of those ones that also doesn't feature the actual Pokemon itself. It's basically sitting around, got the statue right there. It's more the lore and the history of all that stuff. But this is the one that's superior, in my personal opinion. The birds are great. These ones have always had a special place in my heart. The texturing is awesome on it. It looks great. This is a card. This is a card right here. Alter Genesis, a fantastic set that this came from. All right, motherfuckers, top 5 territory. What we got for number 5? Number 5, we got Latios. This one is great. This was always one of the ones that kind of surprised me because when it first dropped, it was not very expensive at all. But now it's just the craziest one. Like, everyone and their mom wants this card, even though it was dumb cheap for a really, really long time. It's easy to see why, though. The texturing, I think, is what really does the thing right here, where it just has, like, the whole center thing. They're making the cute little couple heart right there. It's fantastic art. Tag Bolt and Team Up are going to be one of those sets people look back on. It's going to be one of the GOATs. Dead ass, just because of cards like this. Number 4, we got Magikarp and Wailord. They're goofy. I get it. I completely get their goofballs. I get this card is a really goofy card with, like, I understand 100% what people... Dude, I love this card. I fucking love this card. From Tag Bolt, this was my chase. I wanted this card more than any card in the set when it came to Pokemon. I love the drawing. I love the little derpy Wailord. I love Magikarp basically being launched as a bullet. Because you always wonder what the fuck this little guy's going to do. You always wonder what Magikarp's going to do. He's just going to get lodged right into someone's skull. bullet style. That's how he's going to contribute to the fight right there. Fantastic card. Tag, Bolt, team up once again, and it's just going to be one of the GOATs. Number 3, we got Pikarom. This was actually the last card I needed in order to get them all, and it shot up in price very, very quickly. But this card's always been relevant. It's always been a little bit hard to get, mostly because of its playability. This was the best deck for tag teams at the time, and this is why a lot of players don't generally like tag teams, just because of how fucking power creep this card right here was. It was insane how fast you get Pikarom off. But the art for the alternate, once again, this was a promo in a GX tin, and then it was a pull actually in Tag Bolt, and it's just great. This is where like Pokemon art goes to just become amazing. This is going to be one of those cards, like if this is your favorite alternate art, you have fantastic taste. You really do. This is a card. Number 2, we got ourselves in. We got right here. It's got the Reshiram and Zekrom GX. This is the best card in my personal opinion from Dream League. This is just the one you want to pull. Once again, this is not an alternate art per se. It gets the alternate art treatment by being hand drawn. It does have a rainbow rare variant. But I mean, it's so easy to tell why this card is just a lot of people's chase, a lot of people's pull. Gen 5 is the best generation of all fucking time. I don't care what anybody says. Drawn by Naoki Saito, one of the best artists of all time as well, most prolific. Just draw some of the craziest arts. This card is badass. This is the best card, in my personal opinion, you can get from Dream League. And number 1, should be no surprise if you've been following me for a while. We got the Gardevoir and Sylveon. This is from Night Unison as well. Night Unison is a super slept on set. This is my chase. This is the absolute best tag team alternate art that exists in my personal opinion. I love the fairy type. I love both these Pokemon. I think they both are just floated personality. This card just is loaded with it. The texturing for it is just great. It's out of this world if you can get it on there. There's so many things. You can see like paintbrush strokes. You can see texturing on the flowers. Like it's fantastic. This card, this is top tier art right there. Drawn by Nishida. It's just, I can't even express to you how happy I am that I have this card. And this was one of the first ones I got whenever tag team alternate arts were still around. They used to be cheaper. They're a little bit more expensive now. In English, it's getting the same treatment. But I mean, with this art, can you really blame anybody? Number 1, this is my personal favorite one. How'd you like the list? Do you really like it? Do you not really like it? Leave it in the comments below. Just wanted to fucking go through this. This is one of my collection goals I wanted to do for one time. And it took a long time. This fucker right here, you were the one keeping me doing this from a long time, but I got you now. Great card. Hopefully you guys are also achieving some of your collection goals as well. Pokemon is dipping a little bit over in Japanese for some cards. Hope you're having a good time. Appreciate it, Virgin. See you later. Let me know how you like the list. I don't really care if you disagree with it, but I would like to hear your opinions on it, of course. Have a good one.